Need to leave the 100 alone.
We are recording, by the way.
I'm going to fight its corner in this episode.
No brand deals for us from the Northern Superchargers.
I want that pop chip shirt, all right?
Yeah, I love a skip. Love a skip and a Tesco meal deal. Who's that? Trent Rockets, isn't it? I'm a Trent Rockets fan.
The Southern Braves, sponsored by Pom Bears. It's like
Pom Bears, that's the one.
Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Cricket Casuals podcast. I'm Adam, I'm here with Mutz, John and Aidan, and this week we are going to talk to you about franchise cricket, our opinions of it, what's right, what's wrong, and what needs to change. But before we do that, we'll start with our weekend roundups. So, lads, how have we got on again? Anybody runs?
No runs for me, I was umpiring.
Don't be loading this way. Start with Mutz.
Yeah, start with Mutz.
No, there's no one runs at all. Definitely silence. But this is our podcast in 2 weeks. I scored runs last weekend.
Oh, well.
Didn't you get 100 partnership last weekend?
Last weekend I got 100 partnership.
Nice.
This weekend,
plug the YouTube video.
100 partnership on the
Yeah.
I mean, but this week was terrible. Saturday, Sunday, nicest weekend we've had this year, I think, weather-wise.
Yeah.
It was a good cricket weekend, wasn't it?
Warm.
Yeah, I've got a little bit. I was watching cricket yesterday, and I got a little bit.
Ooh, little bit of red.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. It was cloudy. This was the thing. It was cloudy started. Then it got a bit warmer, and I'm like, oh no, and I can feel it today.
I think someone said it's perfect burning weather. There was a nice little breeze, but the sun was, out,
that was the problem. There was a breeze as well, and it was
pleasant.
I normally wear a cap, but I didn't have one with me, so.
Got to dig in your bag for that manky bit of sun cream though that you keep in there, and just that bottle that only gets used 2-3 times in the English summer.
Not when you're ginger, mate. I am fully stocked up. There's lads in the change like, Aidan, we need sun cream, and I'm like passing it out. Are
you the sun cream guy? Every team's got one. Sun cream guy.
I have to be.
Always the ginger.
I think I had to go and one of the drinks breaks for the weekend. They were like, "We've only got 10 players on the pitch. But who's missing?" And it was me putting my sun cream on at the drinks break.
Hey, that's one of the things I do when I'm umpiring. You got to count up everybody. Make sure you're all there, and you're not snuck an extra player on as well.
It wouldn't help us, to be honest.
There, it is, a miss.
So it was the IPL final this week. Did anybody watch it?
No.
No.
I watched the highlights. I did. I mean, I had a prior engagement. I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, I caught the end of it. I saw Dhoni go in and disappointed that he didn't get any runs.
Was it delayed by rain?
Yeah, it was. It went into an extra day, didn't it?
It was meant to be Sunday, which kind of threw me a little bit. And then even in the final, I think it went on DLS.
Yeah.
They need like 1-7. Yeah.
I think I saw the bits I've seen of it was Dhoni stumping, and
that's
then
unreal.
Jadeja's 10 off 2 balls to win it. So that's all I've seen.
He did 2 sixes, didn't he? The last 2 balls.
I think what I was going to say was I feel like franchise cricket and the IPL in particular just goes on too long, and it's. Like you get a little bit. It's quite nice just to dip in and out. Like when I come home from work, I'll watch a game, and if Rajasthan are on, I'll make sure I make time for that. Because I think you need to have a team that you support to kind of follow it.
Maybe that's my problem. I don't have a team. Maybe I need. Maybe somebody in the comments of the YouTube or on whatever platform you want to get hold of me need to choose me a team, and I'll follow them next year.
Try and bid for John's team.
Yeah, come on.
Like that.
I need suggestions of a
fan
team to go
auction.
with.
Who gets John? Their main man. How many crore are you going to go for?
I'll go full on, and I'll get all the kit. I'll support. No,
I think that is. If I was going to watch a white ball game, because everyone knows red ball's greater than white ball. But
Yeah,
if I was going to go and watch a white ball game, like an IPL one would just be insane. Just to go and I think it'd just be mental.
Because of the spectacle. It would be because of the spectacle, right?
Yeah. And they do create unbelievable game. Like that final has gone down to, so I think Gujarat scored like 212, and you're thinking, right, that's game over. No one's chasing 212, really. And it got reduced down to 170 off 15. And you think, fair play for the chase that. And it went down to, they needed 10 off 2, 6, 4 to win it. I think that's just incredible drama. For the weeks it's gone on, and it goes down to the final ball. Like,
that's the problem, isn't it? Though, it's like, is it too much? Is it like those moments? It's perfect for a final, but when you've got that kind of stuff happening in like the first few games, it's like every sort of couple of games, there seems to be some like ridiculous moment, which is great, but it just takes a bit of the spectacle out of it for me. Like you say, it's too long for one. Like I start off, I support Delhi Capitals from when I went, just from when we did the Delhi Daredevils when I went to Delhi, like back in 2010, and I've always sort of followed them, but it's just so hard to keep track because you need to make the time for them, and there's a time zone issue as well. With being in India, obviously, it's not as easy as it is to watch some of the, especially the local tournaments. But I mean, when did it start? The IPL, was it sort of like the start of Feb or something like that?
It's like 2 months.
A long time.
April.
April.
Beginning of April.
It feels like it's gone on like 4 months. It feels like an entire season has like passed.
I think it's just shy of 3 months. I think it is.
Yeah. I don't know. It's obviously longer because they've brought in the new teams and a couple of new franchises, and it's. I don't know. I feel like I always start off really enthusiastic and like try and catch as many games as possible. But then by the end of it, like I didn't even know it was the final. It's just so.
It's like, oh, it's another IPL game on. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You just become empathetic to it.
I
don't know if that's a good thing.
I think the IPL, I mean, it's designed for India, and India before franchise cricket was thirsty for a lot more cricket than they could get. The appetite there is massive for it. So, everything else outside of India, yes, that makes money, but it's secondary to what's going on within India and who wants to watch it there. And 3 months of IPL. And I guess the question or the debate might be, why aren't the other, like the red ball cricket in India, so big? Why isn't it? I don't know. Is it watched as much as the IPL? Why isn't there so much, more pumped into that? The England players that went to the IPL, did anyone get a run out?
I mean,
not really. Did
Stokes got injured, didn't he come home? Root got a couple of games, didn't do a lot.
Root had to learn how to be 12th man.
Yeah,
he had to sort of ask how to, because he's never been 12th man before. Obviously, he's Joe Root. So
Joe Root, number one gun batsman.
He's
going to come and play the Ashes.
He's carrying drinks.
It's the fact that he bowled first before he even batted in the IPL. He was batting in 2 games and then batting at 4 or something like that, and never got a bat. So
Stokesy just I think it went pear shaped in the injury. That's not the greatest run up to Test cricket. See summer coming, and then you had Harry Brook who hit that 100. And then everything else, I think he got really affected.
Tell people to shh a bit, and then it's going to run.
But I think he's a young man, and he's just got there's lots of media and attention and all of that, and you've got to cope with that psychologically. It's a lot to. I mean, do you know what I mean? So the ECB sending cricketers over there, are they doing the right thing? Because is it going to affect them? Joe Root being over there for 2 months not playing. This is the England ex-captain, number one gun player, carrying drinks. That's going to affect. That's going to affect you. Or do you know what I mean? Harry Brooks, how he's been smashing it all over the place. Everywhere he's the gun, this, that, and the other. He's got 1 score and then a load of ducks. How's that going to affect him? So they're bringing him in to play a Test match against Ireland. I don't know who else went out there. It was really quite. That was what was disappointing me about this IPL, was the performances of the England players.
Josh Butler was Didn't he get a record for getting the most ducks in a row or something?
Yeah. Or not in. I think he had one duck in like 5 years, and 5 in this year. But
you can't say to the franchise, they can go, but they have to play, because the franchise isn't going to take that. But also, you can't. The ECB can't match the money, so it's like you're relying on their integrity as cricketers to say, no, I want to play red ball, I want to be ready for the Test series. But when there's a big check on the line, that's a sort of draw, isn't it? They are sportsmen; they've only got a limited shelf life. So I can completely understand you going out and making a buck.
Yeah, and it takes a romanticism out of cricket, innit? So when I grew up and I watched cricket, and then I was 8 or 9 years old, and they used to get to the end ceremony, and you got the big 6'9" West Indians taking the money, and then they say, "Here's your match fees. Here's the team's match fees. There's £3,000 for the team for the Test match." That's 11. Yeah. I used to say to my dad, like, that's 11 players plus the cut. So what, they get 50 quid each, do they? And they've just played. And we're talking about Joel Garner, Malcolm Marshall, Viv Richards earning that money. So I think that's where they talk about the spirit and the beauty of cricket. I mean, that's the era that I grew up in. Man of the match got 100 quid, or you got, sometimes in county cricket, I think they'd just get the bar would be open for them, or something along those lines.
Yeah. You play for the love of playing, don't you? And the passion of playing, not for the money.
And I guess that drives a lot of us, maybe older people that have watched it for a long time, and just thinking, okay, then your guns, your players are going over there, and what's going on? So can someone just say, look, the chances of you getting a game, Joe, because of the way you play, they're not going to build a team around you, which is what happens here in England. If Joe Root's playing for Yorkshire, he'll bat wherever, and people will bat around him. But that's not going to happen in India. You've got to get into the team, and he hasn't done that for years and years. He probably doesn't know how to do it. He's been at the top of it. How do you get back in the team? I think Joe's fine. He'll get through. He's just, He's taking it. Yeah. But some of the others maybe affect them. The younger players I'm thinking about. Liam Livingston, he flopped. This is This is a geezer that was lighting it up last year. Absolutely lit it up. He was hitting massive sixes, wasn't he? He was just like, look at this guy. And then he'd come and bowl and he'd smash it on that as well.
Yeah.
I think so. I haven't got the TV, can I say it, Sky or whatever. So I don't watch it. And so I watch it on YouTube and then I check the scores quite diligently on whatever website to see what's going on. And this is the sort of things that I look for. I always look for, what the English players doing, how they're doing. I don't care who it is. I support CSK. Definitely. Moeen Ali, obviously, he's my mate. Aidan, I know you don't like him.
He's growing on me. I hate Jack Leach more, but we'll move on. That's a discussion for another podcast, I believe.
Yeah, but even Moeen, I mean, look, I looked at it today, and Moeen, I mean, he had a couple of innings in it. He was always in the team, though. He was always on the team. And I'm guessing Dhoni, the way Dhoni was, Moeen was his last, if it all went Pete Tong, Moeen's at the back. He's going to take us home. That's your job. Now you've got that skill set. And he was there at the back, and I think he'd done it a couple of times. I think he swapped with Jadeja. The Jadeja started going above him, and we weren't seeing Moeen bat so much. But I think he did all right, but he didn't get many opportunities. But that was the problem with the IPL. No, it wasn't a problem. Was it a problem? I don't know if it's a problem or not. I'm just saying how it affected the English players.
It's just the way it is, isn't it? It's just the way cricket is these days.
Because I think the way obviously the Test side's going, Bazball, if you look at like some of the shots we're playing, like if you look at Root, he's playing like reverse scoops off Wagner. Like, you're not gonna, would you rather?
Yeah, but he's been in the nets for 3 months.
But would
you be playing county cricket like Labuschagne and Smith
in Div 2 against bowlers who aren't going to challenge him, or play against the IPL?
You cannot argue with me here. Come on, Labuschagne and Smith, the two guns, are playing county cricket, getting ready for the Ashes. Come on, mate.
Joe Root sat warming the bench.
I'll tell you in 2 months' time.
Joe Root's English. He knows how to bat in English conditions. Why wouldn't he go and challenge himself in a new environment?
Yeah, but he spent. I think the point is he spent the last 2 months trying to get into his T20 franchise. And that's his mindset when he comes back for the Ashes next month.
I agree. It's Joe Root, and he's a cut above, so he'll transition fine, right? More than likely. However, it's not, your man, your counterpart, Mr. Smith. You know what I mean? What's he doing? He's chilling. He's
getting triggered. He's getting triggered by the county umpires.
Yeah.
And they're doing a grand job of it.
There's a master stroke by the ECB.
Keep going.
Steve Smith's come over and give him LBW every game. Just get in his head.
That's why that Josh Tung's been brought in the test side, isn't it? He's got Steve Smith out twice on the LBW.
Is that what he's got in? Right. I knew there'd be a reason for it. I knew there's England love to do that. To bring a player in, don't they?
One test wonder.
He's never going to play in the Ashes, but give him one against Ireland just to have Smudge thinking about it. Like he might come in. But...
He might come in, yeah.
He'll probably grab a 5 for now.
What about the other? Because the IPL is the gold standard. That's the franchise cricket competition, isn't it?
Until the Saudis take over.
Surely the next one's the 100.
The 100 is obviously the next biggest franchise.
I'm not going to nibble. I'm not going to nibble.
Sorry, I had to get that one in there.
I think the 100 wants to be.
I think the 100 could be.
And there isn't a clear second. So
no,
it could be. There isn't. I don't think there's a clear second best franchise out there.
We've got the PSL, the Caribbean Premier League, which is as fun as that is. The Caribbean Premier League does look like a lot of fun, but it's not very well supported. It's on like an obscure channel and like weird hours for us in England. Like the same with PSL. Like it's not very well broadcast in this country. But it's.
I mean,
you've got the Big Bash. The Big Bash is probably the next biggest one, I'd say, after the IPL.
That was too long as well. That went on. They have already going to say they're going to shorten it, aren't they?
I do like the Big Bash. I don't get the KFC buckets, but I do like the Big Bash.
I like the Big Bash as well.
Just give me the chicken. That's all.
I reckon the next best one is soon going to be the South African one.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
That looked unreal when
that went really well.
They're just late to the party. So
here's a question.
Well, they're back now.
That's by the IPL franchises, isn't it? Who own those teams?
Yeah.
So, do you have a situation where you have sort of the global royals on the whatever name it is? So you have them playing in the Big Bash. Let's say the IPL comes with a massive contract to buy the Big Bash. So instead of like Perth Scorchers, you've got Sunrisers Perth.
Well, that's exactly the game plan, isn't it? That's the business plan, isn't it?
So you have global franchises which have a global fan base playing in different countries. Is that a good thing? Do we think?
You've already got it. Like saying the South African one, that's what a lot of them are. They're based on the Indian Premier League franchises. You've also got it in the American teams that are in the American League that's coming up. I think about half of them are Indian ones. The other half are based from Big Bash sides, aren't they?
Yeah, but all of that is just an extension of making money. It's an extension of Joe Root sitting out there for 3 months. It's just making money out of the players, out of the game, and monetizing it like what we do with our views. You can't knock them for that. They've got a product.
No. Do you think it's good for cricket? Do you think it's good for the reputation of it and getting new people into it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Do I like it? So. Do I like it? I mean, look where cricket has gone with T20, with the IPL and what it's done. Yeah, you can't knock that stuff.
No, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, India have got a great setup in it, and like I could do a whole program on India. I think what India have done with how they were in the 70s and 80s, and when they came over and played the Aussies, and the Aussies used to just bully them left, right, and centre on the pitch. It was, you'd watch it and you just think these, and you'd have little Gavaskar or something just fighting back and whatever. And then old Mr. Kohli came along and says, I'm not having this anymore. Do you know what I mean? And started giving it back. And that was the big, Dhoni did it in a mild-mannered, chilled, gentlemanly way. But Kohli just said, you know what, sod this. And I did a couple of videos a few years ago with Kohli giving it, I think it was to someone. But he just started mouthing it off, didn't he? And that kind of really changed how India were sort of passive when they were playing cricket and to being this ferocious, aggressive, just like the Aussies had been for a number of years before. So it's nothing that is different. They're just using the same tool that was used upon them. And I think with the IPL now, India are running things, aren't they? They've taken it over.
Some of the players they've produced this season, like Jaiswal, Shubman Gill, Suryakumar Yadav, like the future of Indian cricket is just ridiculous. Like that's why the IPL is so good, I think, because you're getting these youngsters against the best players in the world, and they've got to go and thrive. And if they do well, they're going to be supported and they're going to be absolute heroes. And that's where these youngsters have put a name for themselves on the world stage. And it's whether they want to go and play Test cricket or do they want to go and play these franchises around the world. So like Jaiswal could go, all right, I'm part of the Royals franchise. I'll go and play for Barbados Royals in the CPL in the summer, or Pal Royals when South Africa come back around. So that's why you've got all these franchises. I think that this is quite good because when they're not picked, they can still play at the highest level against the best players, just not playing Test cricket.
But that's the point, though. Will they take? Will a lot of players, or will these franchises let them go and play international cricket?
Yeah, because they become owned by the franchises rather than owned by the national team.
Yeah, if you look at, I think, like we said, the Jason Roy thing, I think the ECB's handled it pretty well, where they've gone, all right, we'll end your contract for the month you're away. We won't pay you, so it's not going to harm the ECB. Jason Roy goes and gets game time, gets his money, he's happy. I think we've just got to be a bit more flexible going like...
I agree with that, but it's just I could see it happening more where more players are going to be contracted to these franchises, and then it's going to become harder for them, the international side, to get them players, if they want them or can pick them, to play for the national side when the competitions come around and the World Cups and the stuff like that. So...
when the Ashes are at the same time as the Blast and things like that, it's.
I think you're bang on though. The more cricket at a higher level you get to play, the better. So that would work, that franchise, because Indian players don't get around the world at the moment, do they? They just play in India basically. I think you've got Pujara over here to play. The long 4-day stuff. Yeah. But you don't get Indian players don't travel around the world. So if this gets Indian players out traveling around the world, that's probably a good thing. It is a good thing.
It's another one.
So should the ECB can the 100 or can the Blast and just go all in on one, or can the two coexist?
Your time is now, Aidan.
Let me come in, boys.
Take a free swing at the 100.
Yeah. This is us never getting invited to a game, but I genuinely think the 100 is probably the worst thing that's happened to English cricket in like the last, since I've been alive. A lot of people on Twitter for the start of the Blast just saying, look at the size of crowds that you've just drained away from the Blast. So you're basically killing two competitions rather than having one succeed. Obviously, I want to can the Blast. Not can the Blast. No, I agree. Can the 100. Sorry, can the 100. I think it's just it was a money grab. If, in all honesty, they thought
we have to are at the start.
Yeah, but
lose money at the start.
The issue I have with it is, one, it's a format that is not being played anywhere else in the world. So what's kind of the point? You can boil it down to, it's cricket, we're still bowling, batting in individual balls or whatever. But when it was like the first season and I was like coaching, because it's aimed at kids, and I think that's what they do really well. The marketing of the 100, spot on.
Price of the tickets for the 100 as well.
Yeah, but the issue we have when you're coaching these kids and they're going, all right, so cricket's 5 balls and over. You go, well, no, not actually. It's 6 balls and over, and you swap ends every 6 balls rather than going 10 balls from one end, and so you're already complicating a really complicated game, which I don't know might put people off more than it's going to engage them.
I disagree. I do disagree. I think it needs to. I think the 100's great for kids. I think I think it is good to have that visibility. There's the argument that the ECB should probably put that investment into the Blast to make that a better competition.
Yeah.
But they haven't done. They've decided to do the 100. So I think they should consider getting rid of the Blast, making the 100 the only short form competition in the UK. It's the only competition of its kind. It creates a USP in the world where there's so many T20 competitions that they all blow into one. They're very samey. I think it provides something different, and I think that ultimately is something that the ECB needs to double down on. Yes, it needs work. Yes, it could do with changing. It's not perfect. It's not polished. It's only in its third, fourth season, but the crowds that it gets are crazy. You know, it's drawing people in, and I think it needs to stay. I think if I had to pick between the two, as much as I like the Blast, I would pick the 100. I think that's got the better potential to be a better tournament overall and to actually make the ECB competitive in a short form world. That's what I'd say.
Can I just say about the 100? The thing that I don't like about the 100, right, and the only thing I don't like about the 100 is that it's very hard to watch the game because of so much is going on. There's so much noise. There's so much, and if I got used to it, it was definitely an experience to go and watch a game. It was an experience, and my head was like I came out of a concert. And I guess if I'd gone in with a mindset that was going to happen, I might have been able to focus on the game. There was some great people playing as well.
It gets a lot of good players, but I agree, it's chaotic. I mean, I haven't been to a couple, and it is mental. But I guess it's marketed at kids and families, and it's keeping them engaged. It's keeping them interested, because it's like, what kids are like. They lose interest very easily. So it's like it's very sort of. I don't want to use the word mind-numbing because it's not, but there's always something happening which, if you go in there expecting it to be like just all about the cricket, it's not. And I think you're right. I think you need to go there expecting it to be a bit more chaotic. But I guess the point is that then, like those kids, like my son now, he started All Stars. They started giving out 100 cards. He can't wait. He loves them. He thinks it's fantastic.
Why couldn't they have done that with the Blast or the county championship? Or
they should have done, but
they didn't need a new competition. So the ideas are there.
It's called
we are where we are with it,
isn't it?
Yeah, but like this, I mean, I'm obviously a massive cricket fan.
That's the right way to go.
My son's never shown an interest until now, and it's the 100 that's driving it for him. So
I think that's right ideas there.
But
there is right ideas there, and there's potential. It just
I agree.
There's just too much.
I think they should have been
put.
I think they should have put that towards the Blast and should have put this effort and this drive into making the Blast a better and more appealing competition. But they haven't.
And I think why haven't they? Because they weren't able to market the Blast in the way that they can the 100, probably because of the controls that the counties had. And so they weren't sort of given a blank sheet and says, right, go and do what you can. Just your brief is to bring cricket to the world and get more participation and more people watching. We don't care how you do it, and they've come out with 100.
I will surprise you now and give some balance to my opinion. Is that I know I've said like the marketing's been pretty good for the 100, but I think what it's done for like the women's game as well with like the double headers,
very good.
I think that was a spot on kind of decision, and it's kind of that's the only thing it's done kind of well is merge kind of men's and women's cricket together, and that's how it's kind of that's a positive I've seen from it. But why couldn't that have been done for there's Southern Vipers, Western Storm, like Northern Spirit as well, and why couldn't that have been done before? Why did it have to be a new competition now? But it's been done.
For that exact reason that you said, you can't name all the teams.
Yeah, but like, why wasn't that done years ago? Or have it like the football's done, where you have like Yorkshire women and Lancashire women. I'm pretty sure there is, but it's not been marketed.
Yeah.
So you've lost a lot.
The ECB, I think we talked about it before, but the ECB messed up, didn't they? They introduced the 2020 T20. They started the competition and didn't cash in.
Yeah.
And
it could have been potentially as high,
and they're paying back for that because the IPL didn't start for 4 or 5 years. I don't think after the bash or whatever it was called back in those days started. I'm pretty sure of that. So yeah, I think there is that thing there. They're all, the ECB catching up, and they're trying to.
Are you going to scrap the 100? Yes or no? We'll start with Mutz.
Oh no, let's start with me. No. Just and I was on the fence, and I'm more for it now after hearing what everyone said. Sorry,
John, help me out, John.
I'm on your side, Aidan. For me, it needs to go. I think there's too much, and they put it in the wrong part for me because you've got at the moment you've got the blast on at the moment. And there's some games going on at like 12:30 on a Thursday or something in the afternoon.
Where's your local ground where they play? How far is it?
It's about an hour and a half for me. It's Trent Bridge.
And
so I can't get to any easily.
Mine's Taunton. It's about an hour on the train.
Okay, so it's not too far. You can get to a game.
Yeah, you can get better. You've got that planet. You can just go.
Yeah, I have to plan. Yeah.
Yours isn't too far, is it, from you, Adam? You
Headingley's back. Well, because I'm in Sheffield, so it is actually closer for me to get to Trent Bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I guess that's the problem, isn't it? Location as well.
Infrastructure, cricket infrastructure.
Have you been to a game? Have you been to a 100 game?
Yeah, I've been to a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
I've watched them. I've watched them.
So only me and Adam can really talk, and we're saying yes.
No,
there you go.
I don't even know what
you're saying.
I've actually watched some. I watched like the first season of it, first year of it. I did actually watch quite a lot of it, but I don't know. At the time, it was all right. It's all right. At the time, it was all the graphics that did me on the telly. But anyway,
I think. Yeah, I'm a cricket badger, so I've watched some of the 100. I'm not completed yet, but maybe that's a cricket casuals trip. We'll go to the 100 game, see if you can.
Yeah, I think
decisions.
I think that's when you can really make a judgment about the 100, and is when you go to a game and kind of because it is a different vibe. And you might really flipping enjoy it. Like, I mean, loads of people there look like everyone else looked like they were bloody really enjoying it. Do you know what I mean?
Fill me up with a couple of beers, and I'll like it, like anything. So,
I think
Adam, you're definitely for keeping it, aren't you?
Yeah. I think we need to just let the viewers / listeners decide. I think we're at a stalemate. What do you think?
Let us know in either the comments on YouTube or. If not, let us know on Twitter. Tweet us on Twitter. Let Aidan know because Aidan controls that bit. And if you're really into it, just tweet Aidan loads about it.
Beauty! So it's time for our quiz. Last week I couldn't get the no balls right, so I'm on it again, unfortunately. This week is going to be a T20 inspired quiz. It is been inspired by a BBC primetime show that rhymes with Mouth of Names. I don't know if we can say it. It's definitely not been ripped off from that. I've picked not that one, so clearly that worked. It's the same guy,
right.
But I've picked a T20 side of current T20 players. There's only one from each of the test playing nations. So obviously Ireland and Afghanistan have been included. I'll start off by giving you a really hard clue. And if you get it in the first clue, you get 2 points. Don't tell me who you've picked, because I'll then give you an easy clue. You can either decide to change it or keep with your first answer. Obviously, if you get it on the second with the easy clues, you get 1 point. Okay?
Are we getting one question per person?
So, no, I will go through the questions and you boys will message me individually on Discord if you can. Everyone at home can obviously write down what they think. So I'll start. Obviously, they're kind of in the right position. So opener, batter. So number one, your first clue. So this is my first opener. He is a 6'8" right-hand batter born in 1993 and has a T20 batting average of 19.23 and a bowling average of 32.95.
Oh, bowling.
This is the opening batsman,
This is my opening batter, yeah.
Do we know where he's from?
No, that the only clue I'd give you, obviously, if you name someone from one country, you can't have them again because I've named one person from each test playing nation, which is a lot harder than I thought it would be.
And this is T20, yeah.
This is T20. They're all current players. They're all currently active.
Very good for me, that is.
Okay.
I won't know hardly any of them.
No, I'm struggling at the moment.
I mean,
okay.
Let me know when I can move on to batter number 2, and I'll give you the harder clues first.
So these are the hard clues first.
These are all the hard clues, yeah.
Right, okay.
Might as well go number 2.
Okay,
yeah. We're going to be all day.
Yeah.
Okay, so my second opener is born on the 8th of September 1990 and made his T20 debut on the 31st of August 2011. They are hard clues. They're meant to be hard, boys.
And he would be in that position normally.
He would be an opener, yeah.
My gosh.
Don't worry, the easy clues are easy. Obviously, kind of remember them because you can merge them together and it could help you.
I got that one, I think.
I don't think I've got any of them.
keep going.
Right, so number 3, hard clue. He has played domestic cricket for Gloucester, Yorkshire, Sunrisers Hyderabad, Barbados Titans, and Gujarat Titans. Right, so I move on to number 4.
Yeah.
Right, so he is one of the top 20 T20 international run scorers with 7,961 runs.
And this is at 4.
This is, batting at number 4.
Say that again. How many runs?
So he's got 7,961 T20 international runs, and that makes him one of the top 10 run scorers in T20 internationals. So he's handy. He's a very handy T20
handy.
That's a lot of runs.
They're all handy.
And
you say they're all from different nations.
They're all from different nations, yeah. So your top.
That's got to be the top run scorer in the world. That's got to be the highest, surely. 7,000.
It can only be one.
That's a lot of runs for T20.
It's a lot of runs.
Anyway, go on.
As all good researchers, this has all come from Wikipedia. So if it is slightly wrong,
could all be nonsense.
Don't at me. Number 5. He was ranked the 90th most famous athlete by ESPN in 2021, I believe.
Yeah, I'm struggling with all of these.
Sorry, I only had a top 10.
See, the thing is, right, you might as well forget about whether it's one country or not, because you could get the one country wrong and then So I'm putting loads from the same country for now. They all seem to be Indian right now. And what was number 5 again? What was the question again? Sorry.
Number 5, the hard clue for number 5, ranked 90th most famous athlete by ESPN in 2021.
Okay. I'm gonna go for number 5 batsman.
Okay. Right, we ready for number 6?
Yeah.
I've actually got 2 English and 3 Indian.
Okay. So number 6, the hard clue for number 6. He made his T20 debut on the 5th of April 2022 with a cap number 101 for his country, and he wears shirt number 42.
See, I've got another England now. I'm getting this now. This is terrible. I've got 3 England and 3 Indian.
If you know your T20 international shirt numbers, then
of course I don't.
You can be up there.
Why would I have that information?
That's why they've
in my
got
head?
them, so you know who they are.
That's only got a name on the back, so I know I am.
Yeah.
Not number.
I told you, someone else might win this quiz this week. Right, so number 7.
We're all going to draw on 0.
So the hard clue for number 7, he took the first ever T20 World Cup hat-trick for his country in 2021, and he also took an ODI hat-trick on his debut.
Oh, Jesus. I genuinely, I am blanking on every single one of these.
I've got another nation, I will tell you, on my list. I've got 3 nations now.
Go on, keep going.
So number 8, in 2018, he returned the most expensive figures by a debutant in the first Test match for the country. Right, number 9, he is a former international chess player.
What the?
How many cricketers do you know who play chess as well? And to a decent
Any cricketers
standard?
who play chess?
Yeah.
Who plays chess? I mean,
international chess player. I need to get to. Come on, keep going. I need to get to these clues because I've got nothing.
Right. No, number 10. His nickname is the Eagle.
Yes.
Mutz has got 2 points, everyone.
Right, it means, but it does actually mean that I can change the others because now I know I've got one right.
What was that one again?
So the hard clue for number 10, his nickname is the Eagle. His nickname is the Eagle. Right, and the final hard clue for number 11 is he is selected for the Washington Freedom in the 2023 Major League Cricket season.
He's selected for the Major League Cricket season, did you say?
Yeah, and he's going to play for Washington Freedom. And obviously he's batting at number 11. So
it's a bowler.
Easy clue for number 1. This Barbados Royal shares his name with an English county.
Fuck off, I knew it was him. I knew it was him. I'm sorry. I just knew it. Why did I just think of it before?
I still don't know. This is so bad.
Oh, that's so annoying. I would have known that from the bloody first one.
Come on.
I'm so
I think
sorry.
I got that one.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so bad at quizzes.
He's brilliant. Love him. What a legend.
Right. Number 2, the easy clue. He captains his national side and plays for Rajasthan, Pal Royals and Lancashire.
What was the... Oh, man, it's just so obvious now, isn't it? You got this one, John?
No!
Tell me you got this one.
No, have I not got it? My brain's blank tonight.
Going, mate.
Come on.
So where are we? Number 3.
You're doing the right thing there. You're doing the right thing, John.
No, I'm not.
There's a clue.
Right, so the easy clue for number 3, he is one of the Fab Four. Right, easy question for number 4. His name is a unit of currency in Europe.
There's only one bloody currency in Europe, mate. It's called a euro.
Yeah, I gotta say, Mr. Euro.
No, okay, there is others.
in the continent of Europe.
You know, I'm just alienating everyone today, aren't I?
We don't want to get into Brexit on this podcast, do we?
I think I know.
No.
I know.
No.
I think I got that one.
Right, number 5. The easy clue for number 5 is currently ranked the number 1 all-rounder in ODIs and T20s. Easy clue for number 6 is the most expensive IPL player at 17.5 crore, and he was bought by Mumbai Indians. Number 7, he plays for RCB and is a leg spinning all-rounder. And he's a right-hand batsman, right-hand bowler. Right, the easy question for number 8. He is considered the nation's best ever player. Easy question for number 9. So he's the first for his nation to take 300 IPL wickets, and he's also the first to take a sixer on T20 international debut. He's also a former international chess player, before you ask me for the hard question.
All right, thank you, yeah.
Number 10, he captained Lahore to back-to-back, not IPL. He captained Lahore to back-to-back PSL titles. And the last easy clue, he bowled the fastest IPL delivery to Jos Buttler in 2020 at 97 miles per hour, or 156.22 kilometers per hour. Right, I've added them up. This is possibly the most interesting part of the podcast we've ever done, because we have a tie.
Really?
Unfortunately, John, it's a tie for the lead, so that means you're doing the quiz next week.
Did I get any right?
Adam and Mutz, you got 12, and John, you got 6 points.
I got 6. I'm happy with that.
12.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I've messed up the scoring system, but John, you did come last.
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
So, just to give you the answers, because I'll put something out on socials where people can also guess the team and then come and listen to the podcast so they can get the answers.
Yeah.
Number 1 was Raheem Cornwall.
Oh,
got that.
Yep.
Second
Number
time.
2,
I should have got it first time.
Jos Buttler.
Got
Yeah.
that.
Number 3, Kane Williamson.
I got that one.
Did I
4
not get Kane?
4 was Paul Sterling.
Oh, okay.
Good one.
5 was Shakib Al Hassan.
I got that.
Number 6 was Cameron Green.
Yeah, got that one.
7, I'm not going to butcher the first name, but it was Hasaranga.
Okay.
8 was Rashid Khan.
Did I get that?
Okay, no, I didn't get that.
9 was Yuzvendra Chahal.
Yeah, I googled that, but I daren't put the answer in because
I feel like
give it away.
Would give it away.
So Chahal was the
Chahal is the
chess
former
player.
international chess player. Yeah.
Nice.
Number
Very
10
good.
was Shaheen Shah Afridi,
Got that one.
Yeah, I got that.
and then 11 was Anrik Norkia. I'm looking forward to what next week's quiz is. I'm feeling an Ashes episode.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Maybe 2 weeks time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us
Good
some
idea.
Sounds
build-up
good.
for the Ashes.
Sounds good. So,
Oh, bowled him! What an absolute ripper!
We do have some quick shout outs, which will hopefully be making it on the honours board this week. So just keep them coming in. Keep giving us your name, your club, your stats, and we'll try and get them in. These are mostly from TikTok, so I'm going off usernames. So Isaac, well done on a 78. Oliver Beckley, 89 and 84 over the weekend. Josh, you got 6 for 27 for South Brent, so well done. Mini Cricketer got 1 wicket and 8 not out. A Boucher 11 got 5 for 70 and 28 off 87 balls. Riley Calland 3 wickets on Devon debut, so top work. Caden Patel unfortunately got a golden duck, but fair play for letting us know. You've got Mail, you've got 76 off 72 balls and 2 wickets. And
good effort.
Callum Telford, I think, is going to take it as our top batter of the week for Quedgley and Hardwick Cricket Club. He got 109 not out and he got 2 for 24 off 5 overs.
Well, that's how to finish it. That's how to get rid of the number 11.
Right, so thank you, ladies and gents, boys and girls, for listening to this week's podcast or watching it on YouTube. Thank you for all the ones who've entered their figures in on TikTok or through all the socials for the honours board and the mentions. Please do keep getting them coming in. We do want to see all your figures and everything else. Make sure you do check out all of us, guys. All the links will be in the description.